Hey mathletes, so in this video we're going to look at finding an equation for a line of best fit for a scatter plot. So in this case we have a data set, it's study time versus grade on a test. So if you study for 0 hours, you get a 50, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3, 4, 5, 7. And these were the grades. So this is the scatter plot of the data set. So if we graph this, is there a correlation here? Yes. So these are generally going up. So yes, there's a correlation. It's increasing from left to right. So this is positive. And it's basically in a line, so it's positive linear. How strong is this? Well, if we do a line through it, all the points would be pretty close to the line. So we're going to say it's strong. So we want to draw a line through this. We want to try to hit 2 points, because if we hit 2 points, then we can find the slope. Now, drawing the line by hand is more art than math, which is why when you have a data set, you usually find the line of best fit using a graphing calculator or Desmos or a program like Google Sheets or Excel. So I want to draw a line through these 2 points. That's the best I can do. So we know the coordinates of these 2 points. So this is 270. And this is 795. So the first thing we need to do is find the slope. So 95 minus 70 is 25, so that's our rise. And 7 minus 2 is 5, so that's our run. So 25 divided by 5 is 5. So this means for every 1 hour that we study, our grade should go up by 5 points. So if we want to find the y-intercept, we can kind of see it, but we don't know exactly what it is, so we're going to solve for it. So we're going to have a y number. We know the slope is 5. We're going to substitute in an x number plus the y-intercept that we don't know yet. So we can use either one of these points. I'm going to use 270. So the y number is 70. The x number is 2. So 70 equals 10 plus b. Subtract 10 from both sides. You can see the b is 60. So that means if I study for 0 hours, I should get a 60. So we'd write our equation, y equals 5x plus 60. You could change the variables to g equals 5h plus 60. It's up to you. Another way to do it is to write it in point slope form, which means we wouldn't need the y-intercept at all. Mathematicians use this because we're lazy. It saves time. Remember, y minus y1 equals the slope times x minus x1. So all we need to do is plug in the slope here and the coordinate that we wanted here and here. So the y number is 70 and the x number is 2. So here we have a line equation. We didn't have to find the y-intercept, but the y-intercept can be helpful if you need to know what would the base grade be if nobody studied at all. So if you plug it into Google Sheets or a different program, this is the line that it draws, which is almost exactly the same as the one we drew by hand. See, it's a little different because this is exact. So the computer found the average of all the x numbers, the average of all the y numbers. It ran some calculations and found this exact equation. So here, the slope, the rate of change is 6.1. So it's a little higher than the one we found. That means every 1 hour of studying, your grade would go up by 6.1 points. And the y-intercept of 56.3 is a little lower than the one we found. So this means if you don't study, or you study for 0 hours, you should get a 56.3. This R value, it tells you, is how good an equation it is. So 0.823, this number is out of 1. So 0.823 is really close to 1. This is a very strong correlation. So there's a very strong correlation between how many hours you study and what grade you get on a test.